Hello, everybody. This is Tajma Cameron for the ministry, and today we are talking about the fact that you have to meet God at the destination of your blessing. Which don't know. God is always processing us. He's taking us through levels of elevation at all times. He's walking us through seasons, experiences, and situations in which he is pushing us to walk into situations and scenarios that sometimes don't always feel favorable to us. But as we move and as we maneuver, we come to find that the blessings that we are seeking are on a level that we have to elevate to. I remember several years ago, I was talking to my coach and she was talking about God is breaking you gradually in order to elevate you. I had to go through 4 years of testing, and with it, I had to be raised up, subsequently being lifted slowly, but surely, and I made it out of that season, but I had to go through levels of elevation and testing during that period of time that wasn't fun. It just was not fun to walk through. And each level got more difficult, and he dropped me in a situation where I was like, God, did I do something wrong? Why am I in this? But you had to go through that testing process. I know that as I was growing with God, he put me in certain situations, and the reason you know that you're coming out of it is the situation goes from bad to slightly better, to slightly better, to slightly better, to slightly better. The environment around you gets better, the people around you get better, the situation around you gets better, the entire environment changes, all of these types of things until you're in a peaceful place, and then the Lord says, okay, now I can remove you from this situation and bring you into the place in which I want you to be. And he may even bring you into a resting season, which he brought me into in order for me to be able to walk into the thing that he needed me to walk into. But with that, it came trials, tribulations, so on and so forth. But as I was growing, I gained patience. I became prepared. I was able to go through the testing, and I was able to be able to handle the victory. But a lot of us get to a point where we go through the mazes of our lives and we feel like, okay, I've been through so much testing, I've been through so many levels, and we're looking back at the levels that we passed, not looking at it in a positive manner. We're looking at it in the manner of, oh my God, went through all of these levels, all these levels. I can't go through one more level. And that's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to quit before you get there. And the Lord is trying to say, if you just show up for me, just show up for me, and I'll get you through this. I just need for you to make the effort to show up to get to where I need for you to go. If you will show up for me, I will take care of the rest. For it says in the word, and I believe it's Revelations 3 and 8. And somewhere between 3 and 8 and 3 and 11 that speaks. The Lord says, for I know that you have done everything to keep my word. I know what you have done. Now watch what I will do. So God is basically saying that he knows that you're tired. He knows. But I will cover you in that day of testing. You've been tested, you've been tried, you've been proven. Just walk into the blessing. But sometimes that blessing looks like a fight. Sometimes that blessing looks like a disaster. Sometimes that blessing looks like something just got torn apart that you wanted to stay together. And you're like, I don't want to walk into this because I know what this looks like. And God's like, you don't know what this looks like because you're not in the season that you were in before. This is completely different. You're not who you were before. This is completely different. I need for you to trust me in this season. If you trust me, I will bless you. Tiffany Montgomery said a few years back in a quote where she said, I just need for you to show up to the battle. I will take care of the rest. You have to be willing to show up to the fight. Not everything's going to be easy, no, but it's worth it. You would never give a child the car keys if they asked you for it, if you knew that child did not have the skill or the ability to maintain and operate and maneuver that car. Perfect example. I was 7 years old, and my dad and I were out. He went to wash his car. And I was like, ooh, can I sit on your lap? Can I sit on your lap? My dad, he let me sit on his lap. And we were just riding around the cul-de-sac. We were literally right around the corner from the house. Why did a police officer stop his car and give him a ticket? And then the police officer called the house. My mom got so mad at my dad because he got the ticket right there in the cul-de-sac around the corner from the house. When I say around the corner, the house was not 10 yards away from the cul-de-sac, which he drove around to allow me to do that. He had me in his lap. I'm like, how did that work out? That's like the devil had that cop waiting, just waiting. But you would not let your child drive the car. The only reason my dad did it was because of the fact that he was driving. I was just sitting in his lap watching. A lot of times we think that we need to drive the car. We'd be like, I want to drive, I want to drive, I want to drive. I want to drive my life. And God's like, you sit in my lap and I'm going to drive the car, okay? That's a whole word right there. So, you have to understand what God's desire is. It's not your will to be done. Some of us have to go through our testing season. Some of us have to go through our exams. And I'm sorry, you can't get into college without taking that final exam. Or at least the entry-level exam into the community college. You have to take the exam. You have to be willing to make the effort to go into that next season in order to graduate into the thing that which you are supposed to go. It's a rite of passage. You have to go, you have to do, you have to get there. And that is my spiel. So, God qualifies the people that are called. You're already qualified. You already know the material. Pass the test. Pass the exam and walk into your destiny. It's waiting for you. This is Todd Cameron for the ministry. Until next time, much love, faith, peace, and blessings. Bye-bye.